hanging out with a very special guest this morning. Daymond John, the Shark Tank star and financial expert, has written a new children's book. He's got the top hat on today. The book called Little Daymond Learns to Earn, teaching kids all about money.
Super important, but also with so much uncertainty in the financial world, we asked you to ask him your money questions. So we're going to do that during the thing. Daymond, so nice to see you. I haven't seen you since the barbershop in Miami.
That's right. I love you, my dear friend.
You said you like the hat, too.
I'm wearing it.
I wear these hats because kids don't care about my $10,000 Tom Ford suits, but when I teach them financial intelligence, they ask, I'm going to teach them magic. I'm going to teach you how to leave your parents' house when you're 20 and turn $1 into $3.
So we're going to get into the children's book in just a bit, but we're going to put you to work while you're here. Because so many people have questions. Given the current financial environment, many asking about how to approach banking overall. And our first question here is from Will out of Greenville, South Carolina. Let's take a look.
As a small business owner and dad, would it be wise for me to spread my savings across a few different banks right now?
Well, it depends on how much savings there is, because you are federally protected up to $250,000. So, first of all, if you have more than that, yeah, I would consider not spreading it, putting it in the big banks like Chase, the ones you think are not going to have that type of turmoil. But more importantly, putting your money to work. You're only going to get 6% in the bank. You'll get way more in various other different financial, products.
Yeah, I like that advice because it's like not just bank it. Does this look okay? Am I rocking it?
You're a little stiff wearing it.
Well, because it's a little big, so I feel like it'll be on my nose in any second.
You don't look like the baby. You look like
Mad Hatter.
So here's a question. Thank you. From She's Chelsea on Instagram. I have some extra money to invest in light of the financial crisis, and this goes back to the bank, and you just talked about maybe investing some. What would you suggest I do with my money?
Well, always the first investment is in yourself, in education and various other things. Before you get into things that may be hot, you know what to do? Put all the financial kind of tips on Instagram. Follow 20 sites. Don't buy anything. But the same way you scroll through and see travel and things you love, you'll start to get financial intelligence, and then you invest where you feel comfortable.
We do it with everything else, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you're right. We do recipes that way. We do vacations
travel,
that way.
Working out, whatever it is.
Do it in a way that actually benefits you in the long run.
Exactly.
All right, this question here, this is Hannah B. on the gram. I love the handle. She asks, is now a good time to make extra payments on my home mortgage?
It always is a good time. You pay down the principal, though. If you are paying $600-700, but you want to pay down $800, you take about $200 and pay down on principal, not on interest. That then reduces the principal, and then overall it reduces your payments.
Okay. How come I'm not smart? As long as I've known you, how come I'm not smarter at this? That's my next question. All right.
Well, by the way, I almost went bankrupt twice when I was broke, and once when I had $10 million in the bank. So this is something that we constantly have to educate ourselves.
Learn and grow.
So don't be afraid of it.
Do not be afraid of it.
All right. One more question before I think we talk a little bit about the book. So many of our viewers want to know, with interest rates so high, and maybe I think a lot of America has credit debt, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do if you have a lot of credit card debt?
First of all, you go to your creditors who are around 18%, and you ask them, can you renegotiate because you're going to cut the credit card off. They'll move it down to 15 or 14. Then you try and go get a loan if you can. Now you have to have discipline. You get that into 6%, combine all the credit cards together, and you pay that and you reduce it, but you cannot go back now to putting more debt.
Yeah.
And that's the entire reason for Little Daymond Learns to Earn, because you need to understand financial intelligence, because we're not taught that in this country, because we're taught the way we used to work in an industrial era. Learn and trade or be a good employee. And so if we don't have financial intelligence starting at 5, well, then at 17 years old, we acquire $750,000 worth of student debt that we won't pay off until we're into our 50s.
So important. And that brings us to the book right here, because Little Daymond Learns to Earn. I love it. You were telling us that this is your legacy. Not necessarily the book, but the conversation.
By the way, we did it. This is the #1 book in the country, and it just came out yesterday. And we did it because this is my legacy, because it's not about a book. America has voted that we need financial intelligence for our children, and I want every celebrity, every bank, everybody else to say, I need to make products for kids 5 to 15. I'm tired of reading to my little daughter that someday a prince is going to show up and she needs to have a glass slipper or slay a dragon or throw hair
and
out
you said this was inspired by conversations.
Exactly, my little girl. By the way, she better not live with 7 dwarfs. Right? But at the end of the day, you know what? I want my daughter to be able to say, no, I'm making my own glass slippers. I want the prince to walk in and go, damn, who owns this glass slipper place? I need to meet her. And that's what this is about, teaching kids 5 to 10 years old and families about financial intelligence in a solid way where they can read it every month to their child.
Your daughter's 7, my daughter's 8 and 10, so I will be bringing this home. Daymond, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Sam,
on everything,
I love you, man.
Remember, Little Daymond Learns to Earn, available right now, and you can see Daymond on Shark Tank Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC. We'll be right back. Oh, out of the hat.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.